Ladies and gentlemen, who am I kidding? We're all gentlemen here. It is time for Strategic Command World War II World at War with our Axis playthrough. In the last episode, we just crossed into February of 1941. We're waiting for this winter to break. The moment I see an opening, a one-turn opening, even if the snow comes back, I don't give a fuck. We're going in there. That could be next turn. Who knows? But we gotta get through this turn first. We have to be ready. Shit's about to kick off. We've had our preparation time, and we're ready. We just got Turkey to join us, speaking of preparations, and oh my god, they spawned with an entire, major-sized army. They start with more of a land army than the UK starts with. Oh, you know something I should have done before ending my turn is move the first army off this spot so I could easily cycle new troops into this spot. Oh well. Because now I'm going to upgrade these bitches with infantry weapons level 1. Because that's just a given. I need those. This guy up here, you're just going to have to hold off, Mr. 5th Army. I don't know what to tell you. You got 37% readiness, 18% morale. You just got to hold there. Because these infantry weapons level 1 are very important. Now they got a fucking tank here with armor level 1. This is very, very important. What else is very important is getting this fighter over here, although I'm very disappointed to see to get this fighter over here, I have to run it out in front of a tank. I could operate it, right? I could send it over here, bring it down like this, and then like that. Same thing with the medium bomber. They're just not going to get over there the normal way. Oh, it's also, I can move them a little bit closer here. What is the range? About 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, that's better. That's better, especially by that point, we'll have units up ahead. But this is all clear. I don't know how much I'm going to move an army up into a fucking clear patch in front of a tank, to be completely honest. Figuring out how to get my units over here is weird. Strike range, 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could kind of operate from Crete, actually. I'm realizing they could operate directly from Crete. Now, they won't have a lot of supply on Crete. They won't be able to permanently operate there. But they could do it. Yeah, it's like they could do it. It's just not smart. Not without an HQ there. So we want to get down there. I can't without getting run over by a tank. Well, this is tricky. Let me tell you why I don't want to operate these planes, okay? It's 49 MPPs to operate the fighter. It's 59 MPPs to operate the bomber. I have 226. That's misleading. Because I only earn 100 a turn as Italy. I'll be earning more with occupied Greece here, but still not a lot. And so Italy has problems with money. This would be a whole turn's worth of money, if not a little bit more, to operate these planes down here. So maybe we need to just go around or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can make it down here and then go east. That means it's going to take them 2 more months to get over there, but that's fine. They got down here after attacking, so it's not like I wasted a turn. I just moved them as far else as they could go, and they can still get as far as they need to get. So no time really wasted there. I believe it's probably going to be pretty important to get infantry weapons level 2 as Italy again, because like I said, if I had to focus any research, it would be infantry weapons, because it's only 2 levels, and almost all their units are infantry. They have 1 tank. That tank is actually not that important, because it's 1 tank. Now, if every core had infantry weapons level 2, a tank with no upgrades would have a lot of trouble against that. And it's a lot cheaper than trying to specialize advanced tanks. And so I could put this to use for me right now, especially while I can't necessarily... Oh, but I can. Oh, but I can. I can drop units here. Oh. However, none of them have had any time to upgrade yet. So do I want to upgrade? Or do I want to drop units right here to stop them from encircling at the bare minimum, right? Because that's what they're going to try to do. Something to scare them. I mean, Italy only has cores remaining I can transport and a tank, so I don't know. Okay, tell you what we're gonna do. We are gonna transport. I can't transport. It doesn't have supply. Fucking son of a piece of shit. Okay. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna transport the Konglomerat Corps. There you go. Off of Albania. It can make it there, right? Okay, this is gonna work out, right? Let's find out. I would have done this earlier if I had thought of it. Place that bitch down. Alright, the bitch has arrived. That's good, we got a bitch. Now, my next moment of struggle. Do I move this up? Because I could move it up. And then I could probably get the one from Dubrovnik over there as well. And then just make this like line of cores to make sure that they don't get around and make sure they have to react. Even if they hurt the cores, it doesn't matter. At this point, Italy exists to just be a pain in the ass in Africa. A pain in the ass-Africa, you might say. I've been thinking. I've been really looking over these strategies. The more I play this, the more I learn how all this works and kind of figuring out what it is I want to do in a PvP. And I got some good ideas. From playing this and seeing what it's like to play these countries and seeing how things can go, I have some really good ideas, I think, of how to handle this in PvP, especially Europe's side. Japan, I don't think I ever had any doubt in my mind what I wanted to do with Japan. I'm not doing that in this playthrough, but I think my strategy that I would want to do in a PvP in Japan would be pretty rock solid. I don't know. That doesn't matter right now, Res. You know what matters? Figuring out what the fuck we're doing in Africa. That's what matters. Okay? Alright, we're going all in on the point spending this turn then. We're doing it. We're doing it because I said we're doing it. So let's transport this core at Dubrovnik. You're going down here as well. And so I'm going to move this core forward. What I'm doing right now is dumb. Okay? I'm going to say it. You can hear it. It's 100% verifiably dumb. This is the dumbest thing I've done my entire Axis playthrough. In my opinion, there's nothing I've done this whole time dumber than what I'm about to do. I've taken this core and I've moved it into the middle of an open, clear field in the desert right next to a full-strength, upgraded British tank. That is dumb. But there is a rhyme and a reason about this. Let's take the third core. We dropped it off here. Let's go ahead and move that over into the road. Okay. Now, maybe you might start getting a better idea what I'm going to do here. Remember that shit I said about research? I changed my mind. At least for this turn. Because now we're going to transport... I can't. Never mind. I can't transport the fucking HQ because there's no supply down here. I have to wait 2 more turns before this port has enough supply. But my idea... doesn't matter at all anymore because it was all based on moving this here. Oh my god. Well, it was my amazing idea to move this HQ down here, and that's why I moved up. I didn't look at the ports. I should have, but you know what? It's fine. We can still do something with this, something helpful. We can send the tanks down. They don't have an upgrade, and they won't, but like, look at the situation. Some mobility could be useful. And it's certainly not going to be useful up here. So, 31 MPPs transport this tank. There you go. We now have a tank down here. And this allows me to actually just kind of skip some process here, right? We're going to just move this fighter group right down here. It's more important than getting the bombers down there. The bombers are just going to move up because I can save a turn, probably what's about to happen. Because now we have air cover, right? How much can you take care of? There was only ever these 2 down here, and then this... You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be so overwhelmed. I'm already researching command and control, but this HQ is going to be overwhelmed for a turn or 2 until I get more stuff. We don't need to transport any more land units down here for the time being. We probably have enough. More than enough until I get this other HQ, the Garibaldi HQ over here. Then we can worry about transporting more. For now, we just have to do other things. Let's get the first Italian Corps. And you know what? No, this pisses me off. Hold on. We're going to move it. We're going to force march it down towards Athens. Well, we'll do that in the moment once I can. We're going to put the Albanian Corps on Tirana. We're going to force march this towards Athens to replace the HQ once the HQ moves. It's kind of my idea there. However, we got to get these Yugoslavs moving. They're ready. They're going to be the carry. We can't, under any imaginable way, get done the upgrading and reinforcement of all these Turkish troops before the war starts. It could start next turn. So, we gotta operate the Yugoslavs over to the Caucasus. And honestly, I am questioning my choice to give them mobility. Because it could have gone into more upgrades. I was always very hesitant in the Allied playthrough of giving mobility because it's just so expensive. But I figured this was just going to be like an elite task force. And I think it's still useful. It is very useful. I just don't know if it will end up being worth it. They're going to take over responsibilities for the Turks. And then the Turks get to just kind of like do other things. Maybe they can just plow into the Middle East here soon. We'll see. I'll figure it out. The Turks need to get another HQ. They can get another HQ. That's a big thing. But I'm getting distracted. Let's start with the army. Where do I want the army? Probably like literally right on the border. That sounds pretty smart to me. Yeah. Put the army. What about the HQ? Where's the HQ gonna go? Because right there's like the best spot. So that's a really good question. And they don't have anything over here. That's a good question. I'll put it like one spot behind for a moment until I know really fully like how this is gonna go. So we'll put that in the rear. We'll take the army, put it up there. I've already spent like almost 80 MPPs. This is why I hate operating, bro. It's so expensive. Operate, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cores to operate. 1. Dude, I'd be terrified if I was a Soviet player right now. 2. 3. I'm spending all my MPPs. Oh, God, help me. 4. And 5? 5 goes here. And they're all with mobility, so any inconveniences here are few. They'll be able to blitz, right? There's nothing defending this, bro. Look at this. There's nothing here. They don't expect a thing. They might now if they see this popping up on their border, but there's an elite force here ready to fight them, and I don't think they're going to be ready. Oh yeah, I meant to check this last episode. I am researching amphibious warfare improvements for Japan. Thank God I thought that far ahead. Thank God. That's very important for Japan. Very, 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 very important. Okay. I think I am happy with this mobility. I think I am. But I've done without it? Yeah. Although Greece actually, I would have gone probably a turn slower without it. And I wouldn't be able to just literally blitz in here. I don't know if this would work against a player. I'm not sure. But again, this would be a very European heavy front against a player. What I'm doing is abandoning Japan. Like, I'm not putting any effort into Japan at all with my diplomacy. Everything is at the benefit of Europe. And now I have all these diplomatic chits and I don't know what to do with them. I have ideas, right? But the problem is I don't have the leeway. Remember what I said about things that are like worth it or like you got to pick a couple? Well, this is it. Because look at this. I got to prepare for this war that can be starting next turn. How do I afford chits? Although looking into using my chits could definitely be worthwhile. It's just a matter of against whom and how. 45%. God damn, they went up like 7-8%. The question is against whom and how. Don't think there's enough time to get in against the DEI, but that's not important for my strategy anyway. Remember, this is a very European-centric strategy to win. Comes down to Russia and to Egypt. I think we're ready for Russia. With Turkey in here, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Germany. I don't even know if a player could survive against this. Maybe, maybe not. Because I could have put that money into just making Germany stronger instead of getting Germany more allies. Oh yeah, I have already completely forgotten about this, but Finland will be joining us as well, under Germany, because USSR attacked them and took their shit. So this is going to be Axis. This is Axis. I could get Sweden, get all of this on my side. I don't know what would happen to this convoy. I guess it wouldn't really go anywhere. This would just be fully Axis, but like, I don't know if that's remotely important. It kind of isn't. It would make defending up here better, but I don't think I have to worry about that unless I'm worrying about a player. There's Spain. Spain's always a good option for Germany, probably. I imagine. Does Portugal join the Allies? I forget. I don't think so. I don't remember. But Spain's a good option. Vichy. Vichy's probably a good option. There's a lot of good options. I don't know who to put diplomacy into. I don't know. But you know what I do know? I need to spend more points elsewhere. Now, I could force march these guys to the front. So let's use a reference. Yeah, the recovery from force marching is not fast at all. So even with 2 turns, they still wouldn't be fully recovered and ready to push. So that's not something I'm sure if I'm willing to risk. Therefore, we're gonna not risk it. We're gonna operate this core. Right there. We have 2 armies as well. Okay. Don't know how this is gonna work at all, but we'll figure it out. We'll operate this army there. Operate this army there. The HQ, I'm even like less sure about what we should do, but I guess I'll operate it. So very fucking expensive. Might I just put it next to the other HQ. We got some fighter coverage. We're down to 136 MPPs. Ugh, I hate operating. Quite frankly, I'm probably not sending the Africa Corps to Africa. Italy can be the nuisance down there. Because we're going to roll in from the east, and we can always go back down to Libya at literally any point. As long as Italy's there holding it off. So, I'm going to take Rommel. I'm going to operate Rommel, 45 MPPs, up here, so he can assist in this push. We're going to hopefully just blitzkrieg, wipe out, shock and awe. This isn't shock and awe, this is a blitzkrieg. Russia as quickly as possible with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 HQs spread along this front for Germany, and then an HQ and another HQ for Romania and Hungary. Eventually one for Bulgaria when I can afford it, but I can't afford that right now, nor do I really need it right now, to be honest. Nor, maybe I might not ever need it. They'd be good to reinforce the southern half here, because they gotta kind of work with the HQs is what's really going on. So I'm gonna drop that over at Torin. Rommel can move to the front. We can have him there. We're at 91 MPPs. I'm gonna move this HQ down a little bit, since we've kind of like gotten extras here. We got another one since. Move the Slovakian Corps forward, because we gotta make sure we're covering the Slovakian Corps with this HQ, ideally. The front here will expand rapidly. And it'll be an interesting thing to see how we can handle it. Got the first corps can finally move as well. Well, I'm not operating this, but we're going to send it down to Larissa for now. Force march it there, make sure it arrives, and swap out on Athens when the time comes. Looking at my money and how we can make this work and what's available to really do, I'm going to move the medium bombers, which means I have to operate them. I can only even operate one right now with the given circumstances. So I'm going to operate this one. We're going to operate it down here to assist with the Romanian fighter so that they have some kind of bomber that they can pair. Wait, no. Wait, what was... I was moving this, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that was going over here. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, God, wait. Speaking of things I need to fucking operate. Oh, for the love of God, kill me. We have to operate these to get them over there in time. Turkey does have its own fighter. That's something. That's definitely something. Although, Turkey, I imagine, isn't going to be too big of a fighter up here. That's probably going to be more down here, coming from the other side. I don't know, this is really difficult. It's hurting my brain. The fighter needs to be there sooner than the bombers. The bombers aren't going to do much over here. But I'm thinking of also just like taking these medium bombers, right, and sending them down here to Romania to like help here to be additional air support. Even if it's just like one medium bomber to go with that fighter. Although even then that bomber would not be connected to an HQ because of how this works. Fuck! And air support I send over here would also not be connected to an HQ, I'm realizing, because you can't connect up to a major, you can only connect down to a minor. Fucking... what do I do with these planes? Okay. I'm just gonna reinforce the Turkish plane for right now. And I have 29 MPPs, I can't really do very much with that. The Turkish planes will run fighter coverage. Paying for operation will be just so annoying and difficult. I'm not sure how or where to pair anything at this point, plane-wise. I know I'm getting another fighter built for Germany already. I don't know what to do with these planes. I'm out of MPP, so regardless of what I could or might do, I can't do it right now. I could start moving these in a direction. Same thing with these, already fully upgraded and everything. I just don't know what to do with them. But, oh my god, look at this, bro. They keep sailing their ships over here. I want to fucking shoot them so bad. But I can't shoot them because then I'd have to fight an air war. Let's go ahead and reinforce this sub. Down to 1 MPP. One whole stinking MPP. Nice. Let's go ahead and move this sub over here. Be a little distracting. This guy still has 4 supply, really. Okay. Well. Just gonna have you move as far north as you can get at the moment. Up against that ice shelf. Get ready to have you just resupply yourself over there. Yeah. And you just go right there. You have 6 supplies, so you're good for now still. I can't upgrade this at the moment, considering I've spent all my everything. But he's here, and look at all this stuff, man. Look at all this. There was a bitch. Some sort of light cruiser running up this line. Okay, well, I couldn't find him just running directly up like this, so he must have curved off side to side or something. He might be just way the fuck off. I'm gonna look. Yeah, well, he's not over here, so I don't know where the fuck he went. I'm gonna get the Italian sub on some raiding. Just keep raiding him all day, every day. This guy has to go to get some good resupplying in. Force march it? Is that worth it? Yeah, I think it is. Is it really a force march with them? Does that? It doesn't really consume their readiness and morale the same way. It's basically just committing to not attack, is what it is. So, this is a very dangerous place to leave any cruisers or anything loitering. It's kind of scary. But we're gonna move that one up, because he needs to kind of be here. He'll get some supply. He'll be good again. I really don't know what to do with this. I want to kind of send in the heavy cruiser to attack, but I don't want to draw undue attention to this zone. Let's just try to get this sub out of here. Yeah. Let's go up. And not to somewhere that could be bad. There. So we can raid. Hopefully these guys won't really know we're here. And if they do, hopefully they won't attack. Kind of takes care of the ships. Nice and fine. Good. Yep, we still have 151 MPPs as Italy. I'm really not sure how to spend it. I think getting that infantry weapon research going with Italy sooner or later is pretty important. Not to mention all the shit we might have to deal with down here. So I'm just going to save this 151 MPPs for now. We're not going to put it into any Diplo. We're not doing any Diplo right now. We're preparing, spending everything we can because the war with the USSR is going to begin maybe next turn. Maybe one turn after that. It really just depends on the weather to avoid any debuffs. So Japan is what it comes down to now, right? Because there's not really much anywhere else. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, there is infantry weapons 2nd Corps in Ethiopia. Yeah, this situation really got me thinking about how I'd actually like to do things in a PvP. And the way I'm seeing it is probably very different to how I've done it so far. Oh yeah, by the way, once this falls, this is the most literally fucked destroyer on the planet. There isn't a destroyer on the entire planet that is more fucked than that one. Dude, imagine if there was nobody on this capital and I just ran down here and sniped Kenya. Alright, so let's look at Japan. Let's move this Korean army forward. Now we have an army and an army right here, bro. Okay. Now we are talking. Move this core up. It can't really get anywhere right now, but I'll move it up. We could start attacking here soon. 2 armies that will be able to deal 2 damage, take 1. It's not a very good trade with a core, but it's enough to make a push. For some reason, the Chinese decided that it would make a lot more sense to just sit here and hold their fortifications and let their only source of supply behind them fall than it would to move back and try to prevent it from falling. So, thank you. Oh my holy HQ, China! Further over on this front, I'm gonna get elite reinforcements for this army, get it as strong as I can. Oh, we can get another one. That's hilarious. These two won't be able to do that necessarily. You can just reinforce right where you are. Go through a little bit of recovery here, you know? Elite reinforcements for 37th Army. We want this force to be as elite as is humanly fucking possible because we're gonna break through with it. This guy needs to get off the front line if he's gonna get upgraded infantry weapons. So we're gonna do that because that's pretty important. I was looking at this. I don't really know what to do with this. There's not much I can do with it. I don't believe with this zone of control that anybody could get through here normally. This is where it would be nice to have more units than I have. Truly it would. Oh, and I have ground attack weapons now. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Shit. We're gonna make this an upgrading turn then. Ground attack weapons, long range, naval does not matter at all for you. So just ground and long range, same thing here. ground, and you already have long range. You, Mr. Fighter, I don't know if I should upgrade you or if I should give you elite reinforcements. I guess I'll upgrade you with more long range. That'd be pretty good, I guess. Man, I feel so fucking strapped for cash right now as the Axis. More than I've ever felt. There's so many upgrades to do, so many attacks to do, and you need this. You need all this as early as you can get it, right? It's crazy. I don't know, man. Anyway, they moved another corps here or reinforced one. I don't know, but this corps is asking to die, so 6 damage dealt, 1 taken. We were supposed to deal 7 and take none. You need to get your infantry weapons upgrade. I will not interrupt that. I will simply move you down here, Mr. Army, so that you can cycle through and get your weapons next. Elite reinforcements, not as important right now. But hey, there you go. That's a free kill of a corps. Quite happy with that. I don't know if killing 1 corps per turn is really enough to fuck with their money, you know, enough. But even then, they have to pay for it. They have to get it back to the front. We're dealing damage. And that's what matters. And we are taking ground. Slowly, but surely. And we're doing it, I believe, semi-efficiently. So we don't need to worry too much about, like, oh, we're losing too much. And so it's inefficient and bad and wrong. I guess. We'll take the Hiryu carrier. And we're going to just force march this bitch all the way down. It's not really a force march. It doesn't affect their readiness or morale at all. It just stops them from attacking. And makes it so they can't really strike back very well, I think, as well. Yeah, okay. Reminds me, we also need to upgrade some destroyers and whatnot, so let's do that. Move you 2 destroyers into these ports. Upgrade this light cruiser. Do we have to do any research? It's not, well, not have to. We could. We can't really afford any now, but because I got all these other pressing things to do, you know? Could I just swap with Navy? Oh, I can. Oh, I should have just been doing that. Huh. If I was doing that, these could already upgrade. I don't know. I didn't really realize it would work like that at sea. I'm sure I've done it before, but it's fine. This is not happening for a long time, so we're not really in a rush here. Alright, so let's get these guys moving down. I don't really know to where, but we're just going to get them moving down there in general and figure everything else out later. Sounds good to me. We're going to need to move the carriers forward sooner or later. Eventually, that's for sure. 99 MPPs remaining. Since we're starting to advance, I was looking at diplomacy, but I think I'll go ahead and I'll get another garrison. I'll get one because I see some spots where we're going to need some while we're advancing if I want to keep as many units free as is possible. I could still buy another HQ if I had the money, but my god, is that expensive. So we're just going to get the 7th garrison building here. And we have room for another one. We have enough MPPs due to how much we're making. Oh, well, that's pretty nice. I would love to do that. I would need that as well as we keep pushing. Okay. 2 garrisons it is. This one will be the 11th garrison. And then these will show up and make life even better and easier and nicer. If it ever comes down to a war at the sea, the corps could just move and garrison islands. Garrisons could garrison China because it wouldn't really be under any risk. Not to mention, there's also India. That's a thing. And Burma. There's all these other places where land forces from China may end up having to go from Japan. Although places that are not going to be particularly difficult to take over once you get into them, and certainly not require a particularly large amount of troops, armies would certainly be enough, and the corps could still do the function that I literally just said that they could do. That's it for this turn, and I think that's going to be it for this episode as well. So we'll pick up in March, going into it, in the next episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and my gradual insanity that appears to be growing as I just analyze this map over the course of weeks. Hope you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you on the next one.